guys. What's up? Let me get us logged in. How is everybody tonight? Are we ready for the second half of 5.4? I keep almost saying 4 point whatever, and I know that's not right. So now I have to, like, double check myself mid-sentence. I'm okay. I'm doing great, guys. Okay. Oh, I just hit that out of habit. I'll worry about that later. Okay. So, last we left off... Oh, right. Last we left off, I have to go back to Idleshare. Because I don't think I actually picked up the next quest. Oh, it'd also help if I switched over to the game scene, huh? I am so good at this game and totally have, like, all of my shit together. I'm a professional. Okay. Let me get my little flap. And let's go. I remember this patch being pretty great, so... yeah. Okay. Did I talk to these guys already? As I followed your deeds through history, I came across the names of a great many distinguished individuals, such as Commander Hex and Master Matoya, and it has been a delight to meet them in the flesh. I heartily look forward to making the acquaintance of the rest, not least the Azure Dragoon. I look forward to that too. For no particular reason. Let's see. Brilliant minds, rapier wits, humor drier than Thanalan. Appearances aside, I'd say the two Matoyas are mirror images of each other. Hi, T! How have you been? Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa Luminsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in the Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Hey, Wander, what's up? Welcome to every... Are we live? There we go. Are we live? Am I back? Do I have my people? Hello? Nya? There we go. Okay, so yeah, I was experimenting with something with OBS. Experiment failed, apparently. Boy, I hope I don't have to eventually resort to a 2-PC setup for streaming. That would suck. I don't have the room for that. Or the money. Even if I had the money, I don't have the room. I stopped the stream and then restarted it, so you might need to refresh. But yeah, let me know if there's any other issues. But yeah, so, lesson learned. Might need to figure out some things with, replay buffer. I was hoping it would be a better way of, getting clips that, like, just making it so that it would save 5-minute clips onto my PC that I could edit down for shorts. But I might have to, mess with some stuff to make that work better. Or give up until I have a better setup. Anyway, let's continue with the pirates, shall we? Also, Merribib, beastman is an outdated word, just so you know. Bah! Even to speak thus divides us. Oh, shit, right, new ad. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For those summoning in the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. What? Oh my god, Zev, rude! Let's see here. Unmod Xanthier 992. If she continues to misbehave. You don't actually want to call that bluff, Zev. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and a way to leave our bloody past behind. 'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Luminsons have been at odds with those who share our island home. Wait. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-stamped calamity. Whoop! Ad. I mean, joke's on you, Zev. That just means you're giving me money. Which I appreciate, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate your loyalty. I still need to figure out what I want to do for my 1-year anniversary as an affiliate. Hey! Good job, Chi! Congratulations! A week off work? Ooh, nice. I got a lot of progress done in Occult Crescent last week, but that was because I needed a distraction. Luca is somewhere right now. He had his 2nd chemo treatment today, so... Thank you. I mean, I think right now no news is good news. I posted the update in the Discord. If people want news about what's going on with him, I'm mostly gonna keep the updates to there. But basically, he was really anemic last week. He's still anemic, but his red blood cell count has improved. A cat's red blood cell count should be at like 30%, and it was at 13% last week. And now it's at like 20. So we just need to keep at it. Fortunately, at this point, now that I've gotten churros that Luca likes, the only medication I'm struggling with getting him to take is his nausea medication, not his steroid. And welcome back, everybody. Okay, sorry about that random ad break because of my having to restart the stream. But all right, let's get back to MSQ. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer. A matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak. I proclaimed to all who would listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Once you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved since you have led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it in high time that I followed suit. Hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the three pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfier, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Sickard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us, then. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever the Sickard wants, we'll find out. Yeah. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn, then. Good luck. What am I doing? Oh, right. Speak with Alphino where? Oh. Speak with Alphino there. Got it. I know naught of the city save what I've read or heard in passing. So in this matter, I will follow your lead. The Admiral is right. The cause of the conflict needs to be addressed. We'll do what we can to ease the way, but it ultimately falls to the Lominzans to make peace with their neighbors. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sickard. You have and you will again, Zev, because you can't progress through MSQ at some points without speaking to him. If you could approach the pirates, Shizune, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Which pirates am I supposed to... Wait a minute. Do I get to talk to Roswin and Carvalane? Huh. I think there's a bit of a gathering going on there. Yeah! Alright, let's go talk to my two favorite idiots. Hi, Roswin. Eh? You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Moonskate's place at Hilfir's side. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped-up rat Sickard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for their trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters, as can't sail on account of getting old or wounded, or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old days, don't get me wrong. But when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. Yeah, it leaves you with more time to stalk Carvalane. I mean, what? Overlapping. Zev, I just want to double check. You don't have YouTube and Twitch open at the same time, do you? Check your tabs. Oh, weird. Maybe it's something stupid with the app, or are you not using the app? Oh, right. I forgot. Jog is a thing now. Carvalane, you're actually my favorite. Curious about Sickard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So now then, how then are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. Awesome. Thanks for all of the information, guys. That was super helpful. Really don't know how I'd further this investigation without you. Information I got. The executioners have a mysterious way of making coin. Rosser and Carvelane have no idea what the fuck it is. Walking through the city, one would never suspect this was until recently a bastion of piracy. The admiral is to be condemned, oh my god, not condemned. Oh my holy shit. Okay. The admiral is to be commended for overseeing so swift a transformation. As I went about making my inquiries, I chanced upon a shop that boasted a rather enticing selection of sweetmeats. Perhaps we could take Gabu and Graha there one day. Okay. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? And then Roswin told me all about her fantasies about Carveline, and I told her, girl, TMI. So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sigurd turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before. But no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune, and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proving correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds in Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Although we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Agreed. So how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. What kind of provisions, Alphino? Do you remember how Alphino pretended to be some manner of merchant to infiltrate Ilmore? Well, I bet you 10 gil he's about to reprise the role. Only 10 gil? If Alphino's theory proves well-founded, it would go some way to explaining the executioner's vehement opposition to peace. Also, Chi, take credit for helping Zev out anyway, regardless of if that's what you meant or not. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa Luminza, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction, and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Ocean's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait. If he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Shizune's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well, I leave it to you, Graha. Got business with me, Catboy? You're the crystal wholesaler? Wow, what a convincing face. That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? Guys, is Graha a bad liar? Do you think? Maybe? I don't know, it's not like there's any evidence that he's a bad liar. Don't look at us, you idiot. Well, give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staffs like the fine specimen you've got there. Just say yes. Rafa, stop! Don't look at us! That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright. It's plain that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. I can't tell if this Lalafell is dumb or if this is a trap. I don't remember. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. Hello, Kiri. How are you doing? Given how long he spent playing the Crystal Exarch, you'd think Graha would be a better actor. Honestly, if it hadn't been for that staff, we must remember to thank Tataru. You'd think he'd be a better liar, especially since he did, like, we meme about how bad of a liar he is, but he did manage to fool Fancred, Y'shtola, and the twins for years over on the source. So, hi, Miko. Thank you for the lurk. Oh, right. They went into that tunnel. Quietly now. It's time for us to be so sneak. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about him, if that's your worry. They're from Ogamoro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Ogamoro, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around. Slowly. I'm Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are, scions. You got us. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, you see. Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? I think part of it is Graha used the fact that, like, he was all mysterious and stuff and everybody respected him in the Crystarium, and he just let people make assumptions about him, and then he just smiled and nodded. You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel, not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Yet. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet's because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait. Just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Her, especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about 30 in their fancy red clobber, you got stormed Ogamoro and battered Bleeding Titan himself. Raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the Beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. Okay, but, like, you're gonna make things worse by pissing off the kobolds and the Sahagin whose crystals you're stealing. And eventually they're gonna get their hands on enough crystals to summon again, and it's gonna be your guys' fault. Did you think about that? When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after him. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the Beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Nah. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright, I'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue. The Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Bom bom bom! I don't know about you, but it was all I could do not to stop myself punching Sickert in the smirking face whenever he opened his mouth. Yeah, that's pretty tempting. Though I have some passing knowledge of prior events, I am still yet ill-qualified to meddle in Lominsan affairs. It was not my place to argue with Sickert, much as I would have liked to. Nay, it is for the Admiral to deal with him and the bloody executioners, both. By bringing them to the negotiating table, we have played our part. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sickert has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Shizune, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes, I will. While we have no assurances Sickert will be amenable to reason, there can be no compromise without discussion. The Astalicia is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be marching right into the Coral's Den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Sickert does not want for confidence, that much is plain, but I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. There you are. We have eagerly awaited your return. Welcome back, my friends. What news? He's stealing crystals. So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. Probably the Sahagin too. Just, you know. Statistically speaking. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sickert's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness.
who's come crawling? Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sickard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
Stay in the past and you'll be left behind.
Take. Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. So we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then. Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Hear, hear!
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
Buddy. Oh, you think you stand a chance against her.
A duel.
Yeah, yeah. I also think it's real cute that he is like, hey, Admiral of our entire nation and like legendary former pirate captain, I, acting pirate captain of, like, upstart of this crew, am gonna challenge you, and it's totally gonna work out great for me.
Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Merrill-Win! 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 Ah!
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
You lost, kiddo.
It's the captain! Captain Elfair!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
That's basically what I said.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
He's so cool.
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
People, whatever you want to be.
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything you want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief.
And maybe the good sense.
Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
And if anybody disagrees, I have a feeling he'll encourage them to take a long walk off a short plank. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
There are times when one must stand one's ground, even if the cost of failure is beyond reckoning. The Admiral did just that, and I have nothing but respect for her. As she continues to steer her nation through this period of transition, I pray the Navigator will see fit to fill her sails. When the discussion gave way to a duel, I feared that, or what might unfold. Yet only a fool would underestimate the Admiral, as Sigurd soon discovered. While I don't condone what Sigurd has been doing, I know how difficult it can be to change course. It took me long enough to join the Scions, didn't it? Like Mistbeard before him, Hilfir chose to trust the future of our nation to the Admiral. That was the moment, I believe, that the good ship Limsa Lominsa finally embarked upon her new course. Mistbeard, huh? Why don't you tell me more about him, Ainzar? If that is your real name! Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. It would have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Are you still saying the same thing? Oh, yeah. Everybody's saying the same thing still. Okay. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. Yeah. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed, when the Sahagins swarmed at our holes in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land, an ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lanosha, which the kobolds believe theirs. Bloodshed followed, the bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every elm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their temper. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Fate. They would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we shall bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch. But he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Try! Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's Chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. Know where we could get our hands on that, Marshal? So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alisaie would be defenseless, even should we all look to her protection. I am not convinced we would keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So, I'm going to cure that priest, or die trying. I believe in you, Alisaie. And I believe in you, too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled, then. To see to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. What's up, Ash? How are you doing tonight? I just hydrated. Fine, I'll check my posture and I'll stretch. There, I took a sippy for you. Happy? Alright, to Camp Overlook. Oh yeah, you said something about that yesterday. Be under no misapprehension. The extent of the High Priest's tempering is like to far exceed that of Gabu. But then his was a relatively mild case. Milder indeed than the majority of those we wish to save. The coming mission will be a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alisaie will succeed with the cure, if we can but afford her the time. Delphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way. So leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed. And should you want for ether, you need only say the word. What are you doing here? Gabu, did you follow us here? There's something important that I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, all right? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Ugamuro mines at once. Nobody's watching the baby. Nobody's making sure the baby isn't following us. Stay. But I really want to go with you. Accompany, join, go with you. Oh, baby. But no, stay. It's for your own good. We want to protect. Guard, safekeep, protect. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Oh, right. I hate that it looks like I can just cut through. But no. The map is a little misleading. Oh. Alize can be forgiven for a certain amount of recklessness, but if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing herself, I will remind her how she responded when I thought to do the same. I also hate the mines. Like, I know there are people who complain about the Sylphlins. I hate the mines so much more than the Sylphlins. At least the Sylphlins are pretty. Not that we will let it come to that, of course. Ready when you are, my friend. Patriarch Zada. If the name sounds familiar, it is because he was the one who presided over the deaths of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf ears. But this day will be different. We will reach out together, all of us, and we will take peace in our grasp. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this for Gabu and Tasleen and anyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. The Conqueror's chain stands ready, but weaken your foes, and it will see them subdued. All right, let's go. The Seetherite will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all but hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alize's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them and let Ainzar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond the squall. Let's go. I hope those guys are still alive.
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufistvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa. I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
No, not now.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid,
Oh,
unwise, foolish.
Snooze.
The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
I snoozed it, so I bought us some time. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alize! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me.
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Yeah. I'm sure this will be fine. What am I hitting? Tell me what to hit. Where am I punching?
We must protect Alize. There.
You're in my sights.
Hang on, let me...
There.
You're in my sights.
Yeah? We do good? So you need ether. I can give you ether. Let me give you ether. I have lots of ether.
Oh, just what we need.
Oh. Something tells me standing in 2 of those would be
You're
bad.
not alone. There.
Woo! Okay. We're okay.
You're in my sights.
Here you are, Alize.
Do I also need to help? Nope. Oh. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, these things are squishy.
I need more ether. Just a little more.
Can I get in the tether? What do I do? Oh. Okay. Hey, friend, can you not sacrifice yourself, please? Thank you. Snoozing that ad again. Come on, work. Yep, I can do that. Let me give ether. Oh, there we go. Ooh. No! Let me move! Admiral! Excuse me, that was very rude and mean and not nice. Oh no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Oh wait, is it not targeting Angela? Was that supposed to be hitting me? Because if he was trying to hit me, he missed. It'd be really cool if they, like, when they had you do that, it's shown you, like, having your MP drained. That would have been a nice touch.
Yes, this will do. Here I go.
Like, just as a cosmetic thing, not as a mechanical thing.
Go, Angela.
We win?
Did it work?
We'll find out.
What? What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No. No, 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 no! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu!
Maybe
What
no.
are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the Divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt. And any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds.
I can't postpone the ads anymore. Sorry, guys. Hopefully we can get through this cutscene in the next minute.
And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us.
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Baby! Are you gonna say no to the baby? What kind of patriarch are you?
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to.
Alright, we will continue this in like 3 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna get some stretchies, and Luca. Hi, my sweet boy. Do you want to finish the churu I tried to bribe you in, with for medicine? Yeah? It's chicken and cheese. Yeah, there we go. The boy has churu. But yeah, everybody make sure to stretch. Get water if you need it. Make sure your cats are as spoiled as you're able to make them be, because they deserve it. Because as awesome as it is that cats can potentially live as long as they do, they are considered seniors at 7. So be sure to give them snuggles, give them treats. Yeah. I'm so sorry we stopped in the middle of a section that has, like, no music to keep you guys entertained. If you aren't in ads right now. What's up, subscribers? Nom nom nom. A little more left. Boy, no more. Oh, the ad is over. Whoops. Hi, guys. I was giving cancer patient Cat a churu. He was very happy. He enjoyed it very much. Anyway. Here we go. Onward. Oh.
That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die.
No!
Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I mean, I know how this turns out, so it's not as tense as the first time I did this, but...
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gabu does. And I will trust him.
Baby saves the day! Narrative, never do that again. We're gonna have a long talk.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Okay, so the one thing I'm confused about is, were the guys who were with him also tempered, or were they not tempered and just following his orders because he was their patriarch? Yeah, that's, I mean, I hadn't really thought about it the last time I did this, or maybe I thought it was weird, but...
'Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Now, what did you send me in Discord? Oh, interesting. I'm so glad we could sway the Patriarch. Convince, persuade, sway. Thank you for making it possible. Thank you. Hey, that was all on you, kid. I mean, I guess we did untemper him, but... Why am I... Did Discord not put me in streamer mode? Why did Discord not put me in streamer mode? Hang on. That's so weird. Oh yeah, you did hear the notification. Because... Oh, because I have Discord unmuted in OBS right now. But that's really weird, and I don't... Oh, here we go. I don't remember disabling it, but maybe I disabled it at one point. Or maybe an update fucked something up. But you would have thought, like, I would have thought that streamer mode being on would be the default, so I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The treatment may have restored the Patriarch to his senses, but it was the Admiral and Gabu's words that touched his heart. This moment belongs to all of us, Shizune. We couldn't have done it without each other. It has taken a long time, but the dream of a lasting peace with the kobolds may soon become a reality, and it is all thanks to Alize. In two separate worlds, the seeds were sown, and through the determination of two indomitable women, they have quickened into this historic moment. I feel honored to have been present to see it. The Admiral seems hell-bent on worrying me to death, but I suppose the ends justify the means. Well fought, my friend. Well fought. Okay, to be fair, Ainzar, I also was a little bit worried about you. So, you know... Twould seem we have found a way to forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. Okay, so what about the Sahagin? I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long been true. So instead, I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course, not only for Limsa Luminsa, but all Eorzea. Savor the moment, girl. Your next task can wait. Can it? Judging by the complaints my back is making, maybe I may have overreached myself. The ravages of old age. I dare say we could all do with a rest. Elise not least of all, given the amount of ether she has been expending of late. Gabu is wise beyond his years. It's all very well leaders sign peace treaties, but it falls to individuals to bridge the gap. If I could befriend you all, then surely other kobolds can befriend men too. And I'll do everything I can to help them. Facilitate, assist, help. I mean, you guys aren't even the first kobolds I've befriended. I've also befriended the collective brain cell of the 789th. That counts, right? Future's rewritten. It's the quest that says the thing. Shit, I have like an hour of stream left. What do I do? Oh, I have no idea what I can do.
Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
Wait a minute. Wait. That's right. I forgot that started this patch.
What in the world is that? A tower?
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea.
How about that?
Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Bum, bum, bum. I forgot that this started this patch. Don't worry, miss. I'll keep watch over the tower. Your place is in Alamigo. That's not Alamigo. I mean, it kind of is Alamigo, but it's not the Alamigo I want to go to. Though it isn't visible from here, the locals report that a tower-like structure has appeared to the south. It happens to be business as usual inside the city, but Lise will be able to tell us if there have been any developments without. Gabu? Don't worry. He's with our Maelstrom friends, meaning we're free to deal with the latest problem to fall uninvited into our laps.
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Roger preserved!
Oh, right, I forgot we beat him this patch.
It can't be.
The palace! After them!
Also, oh look, another plot point. It would have been really cool if they'd explored more in Endwalker.
You're here, good.
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why, even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that a sigh?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fan Daniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What do you want?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, but thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire.
And that would be?
And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
I know we're gonna get more into this next patch.
Why would you want such a thing?
Because he needs therapy, desperately, and has for, like, how many millions of years?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering! I'm different, you see, from the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles.
You know, knowing who he is, this dialogue makes a lot more... Like, this dialogue is very fitting for him.
We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers, and this very star our stage.
Guys? Guys? That's not good.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos. While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Right. Okay, but no, seriously. This is the thing I'm gonna keep bringing up, but imagine if that asshole had gotten therapy like a million something years ago. What part could these towers feasibly play in the Telophoroi's plans, do you think? Do we then ever explain what a Telophoroi is in-game? I, for one, am at a loss. For now, we should bear word of these developments to the others. I only hope Thancred and Urianger are safe. Though our objectives were different, I could understand why Elidibus and his fellows acted as they did. But Fandaniel? It will take me some time to make sense of it all, if indeed there is any sense to be found. Are you all right, Shizune? The rest of us are fine if a little singed. That dragon let us off lightly. Honestly, though, only a madman would choose the name Lunar Bahamut, which just about sums up Fandaniel, I suppose. Our scouts report that the Ascian and his dragon have left Garabania. It seems this was purely a vocal visit, or a social visit. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Ralbon, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit to investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merylvip tells me, you're due some time off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. If an Ascian is on the prowl, it will not be long before we call on you and yours again. Rest now, while you still can. So you really did it. You found a cure for tempering. Oh, it makes me want to do something heroic right now. Speaking of which, I'd better get ready and set out for the tower. That's not where I want to go. There we go. Though my new, or rather old, by which I mean young, though this body has a good deal more stamina than the one I wore out in the first, I confess I've been looking forward to a moment's respite. We've had a busy few days, have we not? Yeah, I guess. Y'shtola returned just before us, and it seems she knows about the towers too. Ah, how good it feels to come home to the Rising Stones. It's here my heart feels most at peace, and my mind the clearest. It would seem you have had quite an eventful time in my absence, but I am fully rested now and ready for more. Welcome back, Shizune. Make yourself comfortable and let me know if I can get you anything. Let's see here. Anybody for us to talk to? I think everybody's still in the same positions as before. Okay. Ah, good, you're back. You're back too. Good. We've received the reports from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. And then he said, hi, my name's Fandaniel and I'm a fuckboy. There, I said it. Are you happy, Ash? No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable, but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. Unhinged, perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answers to Fandaniel would suggest they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Asian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Y'shtola? I've been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ulda and delivered the porxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames have been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja, when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Naught is known of the perpetrators as yet, but as the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions, they came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been sighted as far afield as Yangsha. Then it would seem reasonable to assume that they are everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little for now save remain vigilant. And since we are dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! Estinian? Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lance, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we still struggle to even to find him. You let me and Kryl worry about that. Oh no. We'll sniff him out, no matter where he's hiding. Oh no! If indeed he is hiding, we have ways of locating him regardless. So if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. Oh no! If you guys don't know why I'm oh-knowing, you should read the Tales from the Shadows and the other short stories on the Lodestone. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of the Porxies. What part of rest don't you understand? They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the tasks ahead. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. It never does. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. Oh dear, are you not enjoying our adventure? And I really could have done with a rest. 'Twas ever the way, the world often needs saving. And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. We'll protect it together. The champion of hope, Shizune and her comrades. Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
That seems normal.
Glory be.
Glory be to Garibald!
I'm sure that's fine. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life. Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
I mean, he kind of is.
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, there is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
All right, and that's it for this patch's MSQ. Let's see what Alphino has to say. In the face of this new draconic threat, we would indeed benefit from Estinian's presence. Yet I cannot help but wonder how Kryla and Tataru intend to locate him. They certainly seem confident, however. Okay, she's still saying the same thing. Are you guys all saying the same thing? Yeah, okay. But, hey guys, you want to go on a little tour and see some cool things? Let's start in Limsa, where we know, even outside of cutscenes, that there is a little something visible over... Oh, is it on the other side? I think it's on the other side. Which would explain why it's not... Because I was going to check and see if it was visible from Bronze Lake. But... maybe not? Where did we have to go to see it? It was... here it is. Yeah, it's probably not visible from Bronze Lake. Because it's way off. And, man, I wish we could go down there and explore the Nemean ruins. How cool would that be? But yeah, okay, so, tower number 1. Sad thing is, I have these memorized. So, if I remember correctly, yep. Tower number 2. I say is... Well, no, it's supposed to be clear out. Why is there fog over there? Oh. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, tower number 2. And then if we go to Southern Thanalan, we've got, and the fact that they were willing to do shit like this just reinforces the fact that they think when like the final days actually happened, they should have made it like affect the skybox. If they can put towers in places, they can make the sky red. Make it cosmetic weather. But anyway, yeah, tower number 3. And then... I believe it's near-ish Annex Shrine. Yeah, there it is. I kind of wish if they were gonna bother, like, this is another thing that slightly bothers me about how they handled things going forward, is I wish if they were gonna bother adding towers all over the place like this, that the story had taken us to the zone, at least to the zones where there were towers. And if they did, they didn't do it, and I just forgot. They obviously didn't do it in any kind of way that was actually memorable. Okay. I think that was the only one in Shadowbringers areas. We already know about the one that is visible here. If I just do a little flippy flappy. Was it not here? Oh, yes, it was. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Tower, and then was there one here? Like, imagine how cool it would have been narratively to have part of the final expansion of this story arc basically take you on a world tour of the zones that were part of the whole 10-year story. I am once again giving you guys a sneak peek of when I finally do an I Can Write It Better about Endwalker. But, you know, I have notes. I just want to see how close we can get to it. Okay, I see. Not very. Alright, and then was there one in... Storm the tower, take it out on my own. Storm the tower, find a certain plot points early, question mark? Okay, there wasn't one out here. Nobody was stupid enough to... Okay, at least I'll give Van Daniel credit. He wasn't stupid enough to put a tower in the Azim Steppe. Could you imagine? Anyway, we still have a little bit of time left to stream. So, there's some stuff I want to save as the last thing that we do for 5.4 content. Because I know the emotional damage that the Sorrows of Werlit quests do to me. So, Friday and probably Sunday will be Summer Game Fest related stuff on stream. Monday, Tuesday will be probably Final Tier of Eden. Because it is that time. We have some girlies to hang out with one final time. Yeah, Shizu co-stream. It'll be fun. Shizu, the author and magical girl VTuber, and the literate wolf. It's a match made in heaven. Only problem is... What's the problem, Ash? Mona has her appointment, like, right in the middle of it? No! Well, you can make it for other stuff, and, like, hey, Lit probably won't be able to make it for like reaction stuff on Sunday, so I might pull people from the pantry into chat on Sunday. And we can just like yap and react to trailers and stuff. Not like you can't listen while you drive. True, just make sure you stay out of chat until you are someplace safe. And not driving. Anyway, we have some things to do before the end of the stream. But yeah, I want to get all this stuff from this patch that's gonna bum me out first, or done first, and then wrap things up with the void quests and the 5.4 Ishgard restoration quests. So that'll be next week. I want Red Mage. Here we go. Oh, why did I get off my mount? Because, hey, since we have the time, we can at least get the pixie quests done. We have, like all the tribe quests, actually, because we're ready to cap everybody off. Tierbeck has gratitude written all over their face. Oh, Shizune, how nice of you to visit. Thanks to you, we're having more fun and dreams than we've ever had. We're really, truly grateful. Us pixies and the children both. When we first created Limeg, I never dreamed it could become such a beautiful place. Everything in it is a treasure, and I couldn't be prouder of what we have. Unless you wonder, I continue to fight the good fight, devouring nightmares across the realm, including those Anlad accidentally creates. Speaking of Anlad, they've been waiting to speak with you, Shizune. If you have a moment, let's go and see them in Limeg together. I'll join you, Snort. Want to go to the right, hang on. Sorry, Pavlovian response to, Oh, right, I can't mount up here. That's fine. But yeah, we're gonna get stuff cleaned up, do 5.5. We're gonna do that the way we always do things. Part 1, Alliance Raid, wrap up Bolja, any other stuff. And then the last thing we're gonna do for Shadowbringers is 5.5 Part 2 MSQ. Like the devs intended. And then it's on to Endwalker. And for anybody who doesn't know, when I play through Endwalker, for every sub I get, I will walk a mile. I've had people tell me, Shizu, you're gonna regret that. I hope I do. Go on, guys, make me regret it. I bet you won't. I also have to set up the poll for this month because the 100 sub goal will still be happening. Along with the 200 stretch goal, as always. Oh, you're all here. I'm Lad. I'd swear you haven't budged from this spot since I last saw you. Have you been gazing at out at Meg again? I have. It's hard to explain, but simply gazing out at the place makes my heart sing. It's a feeling I remember from another life. Shizune, there's something I've been wanting to tell you. You helped me to fill the void in my heart, to find a purpose for my existence. For that, I'm eternally grateful. Though I've stopped seeing Titania's dreams, their will lives on in me, and I'll honor it by watching over Limeg. Born of the souls of children as we are, we pixies tend to get caught up in the moment in our feelings. We need someone to watch out for us, to find us when we lose ourselves. That's to say, we're not meant to be alone, and from now on, We'll see to it none of us is alone ever again. Glad to hear it. Shizune, I know I've already thanked you a dozen times, but I want to thank you again. You didn't only free my friend, you freed their will as well. And now everyone may revel in their precious garden of dreams, as they had intended. Mortals and pixies alike. Oh, wait, what? Thank you for the 500 bits! I was very confused for a second, and then I realized, oh, you meant bullying me. Okay, I see how it is. I also want to say, I'm absolutely green with envy. It's so unfair that the king has you all to himself. I mean, I can pass that message along to Faol if you'd like. I must admit, I'm envious too. Would that the king would share Shizune with us, Snort. Again, I can pass that message along. I'm sure they'd love to hear it. Yes, even a little piece of Shizune would be nice. Oh, good grief! When will everyone learn? This mortal is mine, do you hear me? Mine, mine, mine! And then we never heard from them ever again. Well, on second thought, it's more than plenty that you visit from time to time. Yes, please, come and see me again. Me as well, Snort! Well, I should get back to my tasks. On Lod, I could use some help. Do you want to come with me to see Uini? Take as much time here as you like, Shizune. We'll be waiting outside when you've had your fill. Nah, I'm good. Time to get out of here. As cool as this place is, it is a sensory nightmare. They're slightly better. Thanks to everyone's efforts, we're able to keep Lia Meg the beautiful place that it is. For my part, I'm working on dream spinning skills. Creating fun dreams makes Tierbeck happy, and that makes me happy. Aww. How did you like stepping into the dreaming world, Shizune? I, for one, found it highly enjoyable, and it was in no small part due to the fine company. I must say, it saddens me that I can't be your branch, but whenever you're feeling weary, know that I'll always be ready with an invigorating dream for you. Tell me, Shizune, before you met us, did you ever imagine that mortals and pixies shared such a connection? How do you think people would react if they learned that we're spinning their fun-filled dreams? Hey, I've been doing my best to get sleep. And devouring their nightmares. And then, if people still have nightmares, then they would know who's to blame. There's only so much one Porksy can do, you know. If necessary, perhaps I shall ask my master to make more of me, Snort. Well, I shouldn't keep you any longer. Brief though it was, it's truly been a joy adventuring with you, Shizune. But whenever you can spare the time, I hope that you'll visit us. After all, we can never have enough help making dreams fun and beautiful. Yeah, reputation Bloodsworn. Dreams may be considered a reflection of the soul, and for good or ill, pixies are the simplest souls of all. If a part of Titania indeed lives on in Onlad, I choose to believe that they have now found the peace they deserve. Thanks to everyone's efforts, we're able to keep Lia Meg the beautiful place that, oh, you're still saying the same thing. It's thanks to you that both Lia Meg and Onlad are safe. And I haven't forgotten that you set my departed friend free either. I don't think I could owe you or anyone more than I owe you, Shizune. Yeah, I mean, it would have been funny if it had been a reflection of Mikote fuckboy asshole. But they had a lot on their plate, especially since, remember, 5.3 came out during COVID. Zeno, is this Furio? See, do not steal. Amazing, yes. Yeah, him. Alright, ad coming soon, and when it comes back... Where do I want to go? Found We're gonna do the Qatari. Wait, that didn't level me. God damn it. I mean, he gets... I don't know what's gonna happen with the Dawn Trail allied societies. I do know he got named... Like, he gets referenced if you know where to look in the Endwalker ones. Honestly, without spoiling anything, I'm a little concerned about the writing in this expansion's Allied Society quests. I don't know who's writing them, but I think they need... I was originally going to do an I Could Write It Better about the Pelu Pelu. The new plan is wait for this expansion to be over and see if I have to do an I Could Write It Better, Dawn Trail Allied Society quests. Cause, like... The Mamuldra are slightly better, but they have the same problem I had with the Pelu Pelu. And it's especially frustrating because I could see how it could have been changed. What am I doing? I want that. Actually, let's do it on Botanist, just cause. Yeah, well, the problem is there was no conflict tying everything together. Like, it's not even, oh, were we needed or not? Like, that's part of the problem, but my issue with the Pelu Pelu, and the same thing is happening with the Mamuldra quests, is that a problem rises with each quest and then gets resolved in that quest. There's no overarching conflict that's tying them all together. You know, something that gets mentioned in one quest doesn't become the conflict of the next one or anything like that either. Everything just neatly, like, there's nothing to make you be like, oh man, I can't wait to get to the next quest so that I can find out what's gonna happen next in this story. And that's always been a thing in the Allied Society quests up until this expansion. I don't plan on doing an I Can Write It Better about Dawn Trail itself anytime soon. Because part of my stance is I'm not gonna do anything where, or with anything where, like, the story isn't done yet. My goal is evergreen content. I will not do ongoing stories. Dawn Trail is the beginning of the new story arc, so it probably is going to take another 10 years before I know how I would, before I have the context to know how I would write it better. If I think it does need to be rewritten. I'll do stuff from A Realm Reborn through Endwalker. I'll do Allied Society quests and, like, other standalone stuff, but... Anyway, welcome back from ads, everybody. I just drank water. I literally just drank water. I will check my posture. I will give a little stretch. I will make my back make popping noises a little bit. Drink more? Fine. Anyway, I was talking about stuff I plan on doing content-wise. So if you want sneak peeks like that, be sure to subscribe. Also, you'll get super cute emotes. I should be getting a new batch of emotes because I've got 5 emo slots on the channel. We should be getting those soon. I am in Buppy's like actively being worked on queue. So soon, TM. So yeah, if you want my super cute emotes, if you want to know what goes on during ad breaks, during the times when I don't use them as stretch/drink/bathroom breaks, if you want access to the snack bar, which is the sub-only channel in the Discord, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I also usually set up a vote that I need to set up for people to vote on, and then whatever wins the poll becomes the thing that I have to do if I hit 100 subs at the end of the month. And if I hit 200 subs, I'll do whatever came in second. So yeah, be sure to join the Discord, be sure to subscribe, and see what kind of hijinks happens. We cannot very well rid the forest of its toxins, so we must do all we can to protect all who dwell here from sickness and disease. Hi, Chakirl! Let's get these quests done. Glory be to the Scree! Chakirl Koldal is pondering the history of Ronka and his people. Oh, Shizune! On behalf of all the stewards, I thank you for your tireless efforts. You have our sincere gratitude. Indeed, we Qitari must bear the responsibility of having spread the pox to these parts of the forest. Finally, we have brought this painful chapter of our history to a close, and we could not have done so without your invaluable aid. At first, I feared we might damage our relations with the Knights Blessed and the Vis beyond repair. Instead, we have managed to overcome the plague together, and in doing so, the time-tested bonds between our peoples are stronger than ever before. I travel to Slitherbow and Fano all the time to share tidings from the forest with my newfound friends. And with the guidance of the Great Serpent, we have reclaimed long-lost knowledge, not just of our own kind, but of Great Ronka itself. In studying the restored stelae, I had occasion to reflect and ruminate on the history of the Empire. It truly was a great civilization, controlling and exerting influence over all of ancient Norvrand. The Ronkans ruled the land with an iron fist, and thought little of subjugating other peoples through force. Yet by uniting myriad races under their banner, the Empire did much to ensure peace and prosperity for its citizens. Yet, as Ronka continued to grow, there emerged more and more those who grew dissatisfied with life under the rule of the throne. No doubt that was eventually what brought about its downfall. After all, even the greatest power will not last forever, just as even the mightiest tree will one day fall. Compared to the long and storied history of Ronka, my own 3 years seem as insignificant as a drop of water in a great and gushing river. I understand the sentiment, my boy, but it is not so. While the lifespan of any one Qitari may be short, we must never underestimate the value of our shared knowledge and wisdom accumulated through our many experiences and recorded for the sake of posterity. Just as our forefathers did their part to shape the course of Ronkan history, so too will the discoveries you have made serve to forge the future of our people and the Great Wood itself. But we must not forget our friends and allies, without whose aid we may not have survived to see this day. Might I trust you to convey our gratitude to them on my behalf, Chakirl? But of course, Father. Consider our gratitude conveyed. Ho ho! Ever learning, I see. Shizune, might I trust you to escort my son to Fano? I would not be able to forgive myself if anything unfortunate happened to him on this day of triumph. Come, Shizune. Master Lenil will be overjoyed to see us, I'm sure. Oh yeah, by the way, for anybody who's curious about what happened to my rested experience, my crafting log happened to my rested experience. Let me show off. I officially have everything up to level 80 done for carpenter, for blacksmith, for armor crafter, for goldsmith. Next, I just have 71 through 80 for leatherworker, weaver, alchemy, and culinarian. So yeah, I've been busy. It's also why my inventory looks kind of empty. It's nice. It's how I clean. And to think the V's have all but scared my whiskers off when we first met. I must say, I'm happy to call them friends today. The Qatari evacuation, not evacuation. The Qatari excavation was a success, and the sickness that plagued the forest has all but subsided. These are good tidings indeed. So why is it that I cannot help but feel a bit sad? What I would not give to see the stele with my own eyes. Sadly, at the moment, my duties keep me here. It pleases me to hear that all is well at the Stoppel. We are honored to have done our small part to be of service to our Qatari friends. Never did I think I would live to see this age-old alliance of Ronka rekindled. For us as well, Master Lenil. From ancient rituals to the remedies that eased our pain in trying times, there is so much wisdom that we learned from you. I am certain that this is only the start of a long and fruitful friendship. You are wise beyond your years, my young friend, and there is much that you and your people have already taught us. Promise that you will continue to share with us your gleanings from history, that we might put them to use ourselves in protecting and preserving our forest home. It would be an honor. All's well that ends well, yes? And now, I do believe the time has finally come that I stop tarrying and take to the road. Are you going somewhere, my good Madam Fina? I will part on a journey that has been far too long in the making. I intend to travel beyond the great woods, reaches in search of Vis who live scattered across the land, that they might join us here in Raktika to together preserve and pass down the wisdom of Ronka. Fano has always been my home, and it will not be easy for me to leave it behind. Yet I will leave with the knowledge that the forest is in good hands. Promise me that you will not let Siuna get into too much trouble, yes? I dare say you are the one who needs looking after, sister. Perhaps I should accompany you. Ha! Rest assured, I am more than capable of taking care of myself. Forgive me if I refrain from stepping in the midst of this sibling squabble. Go in safety, Fina, and know that this azure blooms will always guide you home. Thank you, Master Lenil. I will return. And with that, I had best be off, before I find another reason to delay my journey any longer. Young Chikaro, Shizune, promise me that you will be well. Hi, Luca. I have a boy. Fina. And you as well, Siuna. No matter how far my journey may carry me, know that a part of me is always there with you. And I with you, sister. goodbye is not easy, is it? But it is time we returned to the road again ourselves. We must pay our respects to Valen and Kinfort, after all. Very well. We will not keep you any longer. Do pass along our respects to our friends in Slitherbow. I was not certain what to think of that Kinfort at first, but he has proved a loyal friend. But of course, should you ever have time, do come visit Father and I. Nothing would make me happier than to be able to show you around the stopple. What am I doing? I can teleport. There we go. In addition to the medicine, I offered an invocation to the Great Serpent in the name of each and every one of the afflicted. Judging from the spring in Valen's step, I dare say my prayers were heard. Oh yeah, I forgot your husband was one of the afflicted. Master Valen, are you certain you should be up and about like this? Have no worries, my little friend. I'm feeling like my old self again. I hear that all is well again in the stopple, too. That's truly a relief. I shudder to think what would have happened to all of us here in the Greatwood if you hadn't made your discovery. Truly, we owe a debt of gratitude to your ancestors and their wisdom. And truly, we owe a debt to the Great Serpent of Ronka, by whose divine auspices young Chakirl was led to the stele on which the cure was inscribed. Yes, praise be to the serpent. Praise be. Praise Scree. Do you think you could keep your voice down a bit? Some of us are still recuperating from a life-threatening plague, you know. Yeah, but good news. Apparently, some Japanese researchers may have found the cause and potential treatment for long COVID. Speaking of which, Chakirl, whatever made you think that little fellow was the Great Serpent in the first place? When Kinfort first started rambling on it to that end, I thought he'd finally lost the last of his wits. An excellent question, Valen, and one I have been giving some thought to myself. Father had always told me tales of how the Ronkins worshipped a great serpent as their guardian and protector, but there were no clear records of its physical appearance. On the night that darkness returned to the skies, the small creature we now know, we well arrived before us, was where. Let me reword that. On the night that darkness returned to the skies, the small creature we now know well arrived before us, wearing that curious hat. Intrigued, I followed after it. It led me through the ravel, where I saw that the passage to our ancestral homeland was at long last opened once more. Jumping for joy, I picked the small creature up and ran home to share the news with Father. With a tear in his eye, he gazed at me deeply and spoke these words. The Great Serpent itself has arrived to guide us home. In that moment, I knew it must be so. A moment of divine inspiration, no doubt, and not altogether unlike my own. Yes, this is most fascinating indeed. In my own case, the Great Serpent has appeared before me in my visions for as long as I can remember. Time and again, it shared with me the words of wisdom that I have so dutifully recorded as the Gospel of Quinfort. One day, it called out to me with a terrifying scree, warning of a great calamity that was to befall the Greatwood if I did not rise to action. It was shortly after that we came upon that tiny creature in the forest, and I recognized it immediately as the incarnation of our divine protector. It is clear now that all was leading up to this day. Its first appearance in my visions. Our meeting, all has been part of the Great Serpent's grand design to restore peace, harmony, and prosperity to the forest. Truly, we would never have been able to rediscover our history, nor overcome the spread of the plague were it not for the Serpent's guidance and wisdom. Clearly, your forefathers revered the Great Serpent as well. Why else would they have engraved it atop this final stele, buried deepest and furthest from the Sin Eater's reach? Now, this immaculately preserved stele stands before us as incontrovertible proof that this tiny creature is indeed that which we all instinctively perceived it to be. The manifestation of Ronka's divine protector, who hath come once more in our time of need to guide our peoples through trying times into a new generation of peace and prosperity. Please stop talking so much. Oh my god. Scree! Last time, after its work was done, the Great Serpent left us, going off to some place where only gods dared to tread. Actually, it went to travel with me. Actually, it's just been following Shizune about on her adventures, you know. What nonsense is this, Valen? Clearly, the Great Serpent has been watching over us all this time. In any event, it is clear that we owe the Serpent a debt of gratitude. It would be remiss for us not to make a pilgrimage to a site where we might properly pay obeisance. I would like nothing more than to pay obeisance, Master Kimfort, but there is no telling where the Serpent has gone. Where might we go that it might hear our words? Fear not, my young Kitari friend, for I know just the place. The ancestral slumbering place of the Great Serpent, the mighty crystal that has appeared before me time and again in my visions. I speak of none other than the fruit of the Protector, cradled amidst the waters of Lake Tusimekta. Valen and I make the trek there nigh every day to express our gratitude to the Great Serpent for deigning to share its divine guidance with us. Do you now? Don't look at me like that, Shizune. I don't go every time, and when I did, it was just to keep Kimfort out of trouble. And just how should we go about expressing our gratitude to the Great Serpent? You did it correctly earlier. The quest even highlighted it. An astute question, my young friend. If you wish, I'd be happy to share with you some choice passages from the Gospel of Kimfort that would be most suitable for the occasion. For example, there is a chapter 15, verse 5, which begins as follows. Oh, hearken unto the heavenly scree. Never mind Kinfort's ramblings. I'm sure the Serpent would appreciate it all the more if you thanked it in your own words. And so would the rest of us, trust me. Yeah, as a person who has to read those words, agreed. Thank you, Valen. I believe I will do just that. Bye, you two. Happy Pride. Oh, wait. I was afraid Kimfort's ramblings would go to Chakirl's head. The boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders. But of course! How could I forget Chapter 9, verse 11? And Chapter 2, verse 2? Oh, if only I had the time to share the entire Gospel with my Kitari friend. Run. Okay, now like I was saying. Bye, guys. Happy Pride. I know he does it on purpose, but come on. Well, here I am. But what words can truly convey my feelings to the Great Serpent? You could just say, thank you. Perhaps I should just keep it simple. Yes. Oh, Great Serpent. Thank you ever so much for watching over us. You have my most sincerest gratitude. It was by your guidance that my people have reclaimed our history, and that I have made so many new friends and allies. I promise that we will never forget you, and to pass down tales of you for generations and generations to come. Ooh. Get an EP. I just have one last Allied Society I need to do, and then we're gonna wrap up stream. If you need to head to bed, though, Ash, I totally understand. Well, what's happening? I think he heard you. Do you think the serpent heard my words? Yeah, I do. Scree! Scree! When the crystal glimmered and glowed, it almost felt like it was speaking to me. Do you believe this means the serpent heard my words? At the very least, I take heart in knowing that I have conveyed my thanks to the serpent and to all of our new friends throughout the forest. And with this, I can return to Father in the Stopple with my head held high. Yeah, thank you, Ash. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you. Oh, I simply must take Father to see the Great Serpent's home. I cannot thank you enough for accompanying my son throughout the forest. To the end, you have gone above and beyond on our behalf. It is a debt of gratitude the Qatari will not soon forget. In reclaiming our heritage and history, we have also rekindled time-honored bonds of friendship with our fellow residents of Raktika. The Knights Blessed, the Vis, the Great Serpent, and not the least of all, Shizune, ally of Ronka, all have played a part in events that will be etched in the annals of history. Yes, the stewards shall see to it that these events are handed down to our children, and our children's children, and so on until long after we ourselves are gone. You have our word. In the meantime, we shall continue our excavation of the tunnels beneath the Stopple. I have even considered commissioning the creation of a new stela, on which we have gleaned in recent, all we have gleaned in recent days may be recorded for posterity. Father and I might not have seen eye to eye in our interpretations of history, but I can assure you that we are of a like mind regarding the future we would forge for our people. Oh, how you have grown, Chikuro. It nigh brings a tear to my eye. Thank you for everything, Shizune. I know that there are many places you must journey, but know that you will always have a home here in the Stopple. Is that now so, O great serpent? Thanks, guys. Yeah, reputation up. Alright, and then last one we'll do on not Goldsmith. Let's do it on Armorer. Just because it's the lowest level of the crafters I've actually completed the Shadowbringer's crafting log for. Just who I was hoping to see. Lolly ho to you, Shizune. Lolly ho. Fine lolly ho if ever I heard one. Since the last time we spoke, we've been busier than ever. Our first paying customers, Iriolva and Kolbliva, have already started using rolling tankers to ferry their goods about. So far, there have been no reports of any horrendous accidents or anything, which is a relief. We've been aiming for the same high level of quality for the rest of the tanks, and thanks to our new friends, word's been getting around fast. Orders have been flying in thick and fast. This is going better than I dare dream. This calls for a celebration. Of course, it wouldn't be the same without all the others, so I'll go and round them up. In the meantime, why don't you go over to Clearmelt and wait with Lorathia? Oh, I see you're the opposite of what they call fashionably late. Since you're here, you can help me get everything ready. What do you mean I'm the opposite? I'm still fashionable, right? I'm surprised you resisted the temptation to start digging in before we got here. I have manners. I bet you ain't never seen a feast like this. We've got the best grub Norvrant has to offer. Euless and Siluk even brought a keg of their famous ale over from Wright. Yeah, so, I saw a festival over in Tomra. It got interrupted, but how did they carry something so heavy all this way, I hear you cry? How indeed. Yeah, that's right. By tank, of course. Those things might be armed to the teeth with some of the world's most advanced weaponry, but it's what they carry that makes the real difference. People across the land can get what they need when they need it. Not to mention a few of life's luxuries, too. It seems all of our hard work has finally paid off. To think that Wright is at long last able to produce its own ale again, thanks to you and Ronit. thanks to you and Ronit, we've had the best barley crops in years. Even our very first batch has earned the approval of our village's most demanding beer aficionados. And due to the much improved quality of the soil, we have begun growing our own fruit, the juice of which we've brought to for the younger ones and teetotalers to enjoy. Thank you, I appreciate the consideration. All right, everyone, it's time for a toast. So raise a tankard of ale, or tankard of juice if you're a Mulan whelp like Ronit. Watch it, Ozog, or you'll be wearing that drink of yours. Ahem. To the continued success of Watts Anvil and all of our friends. Cheers! The years of struggle and adversity seem a distant memory to the inhabitants of the First, as they strive for a better tomorrow. In particular, the dwarves of Calusia will have a vital role to play in the days to come, with their ingenuity and diligence paving the way to unlimited possibility. Even after the dishes were cleared away, the celebrations continued. Shay there, mish. You don't seem drunk in the slightest. Well, just like to say. Oi, Coat! At least finish your sentence before you fall asleep. I think what he means is, we all owe you our heartfelt thanks, especially Ronit. Before you showed up, he wouldn't say boo to a goose, but now he's turned into a great leader. Must be from following your example. We know you've got other people out there who need you, so it would be selfish to expect you to stay, but we're grateful for the time you spent with us. It means a lot. It really does. And if you're ever passing through, be sure to pay us a visit. Anyway, we'd best be heading back to the anvil. Safe travels. Oh, and make sure you say goodbye to Yulish and Shailuk before you leave. They've been meaning to speak with you. Bye, you two. Make it back to the anvil safely, please. This ale from Wright really hits the spot. Who does she think she is, calling me a Mulan whelp? I don't even know what that means, but I assume it's an insult. When I heard they were bringing worms over from Amarang for us to eat, I thought they'd gone barmy. But having tasted them, I can see the appeal. I must say, this is quite the gathering. Hi. Oh, there you are. Ulyss and I were just talking about you. We were wondering if the ale was to your liking, and then it occurred to me that you may not even drink in the first place. Do you, partake in the odd tipple? No, I never touched the stuff. The juice was good, though. Then perhaps we have found another customer for our soon-to-be famous fruit juice. And be sure to tell your friends. Can I say, Shailuk, how wonderful it is to see you in such high spirits. You're like a changed man. A change we have you to thank for, Shizune. Considering all you've done for us in our village, I cannot imagine how we will ever repay you. So if there is aught you need, just say the word. My sentiments exactly. I dread to think what would have become of us without your intervention. Yes, and we owe a debt of gratitude to Master Ronit as well. Thanks to him and his automaton, my father's dream has at long last become true. If we take a leaf out of Ronit's book by combining ingenuity with hard work, there is nothing we cannot achieve. Maybe the next time you come to write, we'll have something new to show you. Our doors are always open, so don't be a stranger. Ah, I almost forgot to ask, but have you spoken to Ozog? It seems there is something she would like to discuss with you. If only our dearly departed were here with us now. I would like to think they are watching over us, even at this very moment. Well, we'll be taking it one step at a time. If we continue our efforts, Right will go from strength to strength. Are you still saying the same things? Yeah, and yeah, okay. Hi! Have you eaten your fill, Shizune? I hope so. I'm sure she has room for some more. Have you tried these wrigglers from Amarang? If you can pluck up the courage, they're quite delicious. Yeah, I can't get enough of them. Just thinking about them is making me queasy. Come on, live a little. It's like I always say, youth is wasted on the young. Yes, and it'll be even more of a waste if a gifted engineer like me chokes to death on some god's forsaken worm. I've got to look after myself if I want these plans of ours to come to fruition. Anyway, Larathia, I'll bet your best years are still ahead of you. In fact, why don't you come and help out at Watt's Anvil? It's gotta be better than drinking tea and soaking in the hot springs all day. When you get to my age, you'll learn to appreciate things like that. You mark my words. Still, it wouldn't do to let my skills get rusty. I suppose I could pop over and do a spot of welding from time to time. Actually, Shizune, there's something I want to say to you. For most of my life, I've been living according to others' expectations, without thinking about what I want. But thanks to you, I've made up my mind. Oh? Like you, I'm going to pursue my own goals, my own dreams. That's why I've decided to carry on here, where I can express myself and be who I want to be. Rather than wasting my life being bound by traditions and rules, I want to be free to go where I please and do as I please. But don't you want to go back to your village? All the Tholes here have permission to travel between Tomer and the Anvil whenever they want. What about you? Well, it's not as though I've been banished. Not yet, anyway. Oh, well, she just changed that. I can hardly go back to Comer now, can I? From this day forth, I'm no longer a Gog. I shall live only as Ozog, descendant of Watts himself. I answer to no one. But you can't just take off your helmet like that. It's indecent. Oh, I think he's embarrassed. I think he's just getting flustered by the sight of a pretty girl. Can he expect to beat me in Battle of Wits if he turns into a babbling buffoon every time I take my helmet off? Watts' hammer is as good as mine. That reminds me, I should get started on my next creation and prove my superiority once and for all. Time to head back to the Anvil. And it looks like I might be joining you sooner rather than later. You young'uns have brought me some much-needed excitement, and I can't wait to see what you'll come up with next. This certainly makes a difference from the usual crowd we have here at Claremelt. go back. That Ozog, ain't she got no shame? Just because she don't want to go back to Comrun, there's no need to expose herself like that. I know you ain't a Thol or a Gog, so I don't expect you to understand. But you agree with me, don't you? This is the worst thing that's ever happened in Lakeland. The worst thing. I was there for the worst thing that's ever happened in Lakeland. You should take off your helmet too. You might find it liberating. Yeah, that one. What? No, absolutely not. Never. I'd rather lose my whole damn beard than remove my helmet. This is all Ozog's fault. She needs a bloody good talking to. But that can wait. Bugger it, I can't remember what I was gonna say now. Something about thanking you or whatever it was. Well, I suppose I should express my gratitude for sticking with me through thick and thin, even when it looked like this whole plan was gonna blow up in my face. I know sometimes I can get a bit jealous of you having so many talents compared to me, being the savior of the bleeding world and all that. But I know you ain't doing it to steal my thunder. You're just trying to be a good friend. And you are. The very best. Bloody hells, keep this up and I'll start bawling like a newborn. Anyway, the struggle to get those tanks might be over, but me, Ozog, and the others will carry on here. So if you ever feel like showing off those skills of yours, you know where to come. In the meantime, best of luck with saving the world or whatever you'll be doing. Yay. Thanks for the memory. I just saw what the quest name was. Whoops. All right, and that is it for Shadowbringers Allied Society quests. Everything is officially at Bloodsworn. There was no capstone quest for the Shadowbringers quests. So that is it. Yeah, we're headed towards the end of the expansion, guys. And we are at the end of the stream. So thank you everybody so much for coming. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. Hit subscribe on YouTube if you aren't already subscribed. Be sure to subscribe on Twitch too, because A, every little bit helps. B, if I can be, like, there's gonna be a poll going up on the Discord, so be sure to join that, to decide what I'm gonna have to do, if I hit 100 subs by the end of June. Stretch goal is 200 subs, and if I hit 200 subs, I'll do whatever comes in second place in the poll. So yeah, if you want to make whatever it is happen, be sure to subscribe. If you want a choice in what happens, or if you want to be able to have a say in it, be sure to join the Discord and vote in the poll when I put that up. In the meantime, I will be back on this upcoming weekend. Is going to be a little weird compared to normal because of the Summer Games Fest and like all the gaming news and stuff. Myself and the Literate Wolf are going to be doing a co-stream, doing live reactions on Friday to the Summer Games Fest, and that officially starts at noon Central, but we're going to be starting at like 11:30 just to make sure we get any scuff out of the way before things start and we can chit-chat a little. I'm putting together a bingo board because I thought that would be fun. And then I know it goes on all weekend. What I'll probably do is be kind of selective and watch some of the VODs on Sunday, as well as live reacting with maybe members of the pantry to the PC game showcase, since that is primarily what I stream, is PC games. So I might I might sort of keep my ears open to see if anything interesting gets announced on Saturday and react to that. And then beyond that, I need to figure things out. I need to look at the schedule for what's going on Sunday. Maybe we'll do Eden on Sunday. Maybe not. We're over the next few days gonna finish up 5.4 content with Ishgard Restoration being the last thing we do, because I'm gonna need an emotional pick-me-up after Emerald Weapon. So yeah, and then once we're done with 5.4, which is at this point Emerald Weapon, last tier of Eden, 5.4 near quests, because there were like some quests, not the raid, but there were some quests bridging the raid tiers together. So I need to get those done. And then yeah, oh right, and the void quests. So we've got a bunch of stuff we need to get done. Oh, also Boja. We might be in this patch for a couple weeks actually. Whoops. But yeah, next week and maybe the week after, we'll see how long things take. Maybe we'll do Boja on Sunday. I'll have to look at what's going on. But yeah, so we're gonna get all of 5.4 done, and then it's on to 5.5, and then Endwalker. So exciting stuff. In the meantime, let me find somebody for us to raid on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to raid on Twitch. Discoverability is not, or not on Twitch. I don't know how to raid on YouTube. Discoverability on YouTube is not great. If you're not already following somebody for their non-streaming content, or like just their content in general, it's really hard to see when they're streaming. But in the meantime, who do we want to raid? Is anybody doing 14? Is anybody doing 14 where I don't have to worry about... Let's see if there's anybody new that we can raid. Or new to us anyway. Let's see if we have some sprouts we can water. Oh, that's right. Also, I am gonna need to do, I keep forgetting, both next Tuesday, either next Wednesday or Sunday or Tuesday, I'm gonna have to get the Make It Rain campaign quests done. I keep forgetting that I haven't done those yet. Okay, in the meantime, we have a Sprout and Stormblood, or... Yeah, everybody else is doing new content. Okay, we're gonna... Anything else? Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, we have a sprout. Hang on, we have a little baby sprout. Okay, we're gonna raid Cutie Cubie. They are debuting a new model this week, and they are a brand new Warrior of Light in Final Fantasy XIV. So yeah, let's go water that sprout. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. And I'll see you guys all on Friday, hopefully, for the Government Summer Game Fest. Bye-bye!